Hi, I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great weekend. Well, today I want to talk about a problem that plagues millions of people across the world. That problem is not a disease. It's something bigger than disease. It's called confusion. There is so much of confusion. There are people out there telling you don't eat honey. There are people out there telling you don't eat carbs. There are people over there saying stuff yourself with protein. Then people are saying stuff yourself with fat. Don't eat grains, don't eat dals, don't eat legumes, don't eat certain lentils, don't eat fruits, don't eat certain vegetables. That's the kind of content that exists out there, okay? I'm not here to say all of that is wrong. I'm here to tell you, why don't we start using common sense to make up our own minds, okay? Let's face one thing right now. As we speak, there are millions of people who consume raw honey. There are millions of people who are having good carbs in their diet. There are millions of people eating balanced protein and good fats in their diet. There are millions of people who have a staple grain diet. There are millions of people out there who are having even a little bit of sugar once in a way. And they are healthy, they are fit, they have great bodies, their medical reports are great, they're living till the age of 85, 90 and even 95, period. Then comes along someone who tells you, oh, don't eat honey, honey is sugar. Don't eat jaggery, jaggery is sugar. Don't eat carbs, have high protein, high fat. My point is, okay, look at where you are getting this advice from, okay? You take someone who suffered from diabetes all their life. They're fat, they're lazy, they've had metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, all of that stuff. And one fine day, they decide to wake up and change their lives. So they cut down on carbs, they stop eating sugars, they remove grains. What's going to happen? Obviously, they're going to lose weight. They're going to start getting their blood sugar levels in place. Their blood pressure is going to fall. All that is going to happen. But are those foods bad? Or was their lifestyle bad? Did they drive themselves to excess weight and sickness because of their lifestyle? And now because they've removed that from their diet, do you blame the food or do you blame lifestyle? So, people take these words, honey is sugar, and they make a big deal about it. Okay, today, various forms of medicine uses honey as a therapeutic treatment for diseases. And like I said, there are millions of people having honey and they are fit. Ask yourself one question. If everything I mentioned was bad for you, then everyone should be sick, including the people having honey and grains and fruits and vegetables and legumes. But is everyone sick? No. So don't listen to that. A lot of people out there, when they show you their weight loss, when they show you how their diabetes have come down, they've omitted the part of how messed up their lifestyles were. How much they were binge drinking, how much they were smoking, how lazy they were. They omit all of that stuff. And they come and give you a picture that, hey, I've gone on low carb, I've gone on all of that. I'm happy it worked for you. But be truthful. You got sick in fact because of your crappy lifestyle, not because of honey. Not because of carbs. You ate the wrong carbs, you got sick. You ate the right carbs, you didn't get sick. Maybe because you overate, you were greedy, you didn't know when to zip your mouth shut, you were sedentary, you were sleep deprived. Let's talk about that instead of blaming grains and vegetables and fruits and all of that stuff. The most ridiculous thing that people are doing today is telling people to be healthy, stop eating fruits, stop eating certain vegetables. Okay, get off honey completely, it's sugar. Don't eat jaggery. Let me tell you, every one of our farmers across India, the Philippines and Brazil should be highly diabetic, fat and sick because their diets are primarily carbohydrates and rich with vegetables, starches and all of that stuff. But where does diabetes hit us? In the middle classes and the elite. People who are lazy, people who overeat, people who don't know how to control their alcohol. Every farmer should have that. But is that the truth in our country? Absolutely not. High carb diets, okay protein, okay fat, active lifestyle, simple lifestyle, happy people, no diabetes, no sickness. So let's cut the bullshit when people start telling us, oh, you got to go low carb to get fit. Oh, you got to do that. Obviously, you go low carb, you lose weight. Okay? But stop preaching to the world the bullshit that fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and legumes and all of that is necessary to lose weight. Maybe only to lose weight if you're only focused on losing weight. But we have to be focused on wellness. I know so many people today with a six-pack and size 0 figure who are sick. Their immune system is low. They have gallbladder stones. They have messed up kidneys. Yeah, they have six-packs for who? And they have a size 0 for who? validation from the public. I don't have anything. Have a good body. I like having a good body. It makes me feel good. But if you're going to get that good body at the cost of your immune system, at the cost of your cellular health, at the cost of your emotional health, that is the wrong way of living. You got to fix your attitude, and you got to fix your low self-esteem and your low confidence. Let's get that very clear. There are millions of people who have abs and size 0 figures in the world, but they eat everything. They're happy people. They don't go about, cutting down all their carbs and not eating honey and all of that stuff. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So the reflection that you have to do on yourself is your lifestyle has made you sick and fat, not these things. Accept that first. Let me call out some commonalities that I see in sick and fat people. Okay? And you will find nothing like honey. Oh, honey has made these people fat. Oh, carbohydrates has made these people fat. Refined, of course. Good carbohydrates? Absolutely not. In fact, good complex carbohydrates have improved their metabolism. Of course, there are certain patients where we will go extremely low carb. People with epilepsy, people with brain tumors, certain cancers, certain metabolic syndromes. But for everyone else, stop stressing yourself out with being health obsessed. Okay, most people are sick and fat because of, let me talk about the commonalities right now. They are sedentary and they are lazy, or they are overtraining and under-resting. They don't have recovery and rest. Another commonality, these are negative people, constantly complaining, constantly blaming, constantly whining, okay? And they look for extremes. They look for extreme ways to live, because when you conform to extremity, it gives you attention. It gives you attention, and that attention fills some void of yours, which should be filled with everything else. Then you have attitude, a poor attitude. People are unhealthy, sick and fat because of a poor attitude, which they need to fix. People are greedy. They don't know when to shut their mouth. So they go on extreme. Let me go off sugar for 1 month. And then they lose their willpower and they start binge eating. Let me be good Monday to Friday. Okay, exercise, diet. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they are binge drinking, binge eating, not knowing that the calories that they consume on Friday and Saturday are more than the calories for even the next week. So there is greed. Then we have junk food. The overconsumption of junk food and ultra-processed food cannot undo your training workout or a bad diet. It's as simple as that. Then people eat at the wrong timings. They think, oh, as long as I'm eating healthy, let me keep changing the timings that I eat, not understanding that the body is not a machine, but an intelligent form that requires food and water at particular times, not according to your schedule. Then we have sleep issues, sleep deprivation problems. We have poor toxic relationships. You're stuck in poor toxic relationships in your family, with your loved ones, or your partners, or at work. Okay? That cannot. There is no food to replace that. And then you have binge drinking of alcohol and drugs, and then 5 days of killing yourself with exercise and food, thinking you can undo the binge drinking. And then you have no discipline and no consistency. Let me tell you something. No food can fix these problems that I just mentioned. No food or exercise can fix what I just told you. So let's cut the crap and understand that honey is not going to make you fat if you're doing the right quality honey, raw honey. You're eating the processed honey out there, which is all sugar. Yeah. You have 1 tablespoon, you have 1 teaspoon, you have 2 tablespoons as a medicine with the right intention. It is not going to make you fat. It is what I mentioned that's going to make you sick, tired, and fat. You have good carbohydrates. There are so many people who are carb efficient. They break down carbohydrates into energy, the right energy. You look at 95% of the athletes are on high carb diets, and look at their bodies. And here you have laymen trying to go off carbs and do all of that crap. And like I said, they starve themselves into getting a 6-pack or a size 0 figure. Yeah, it's good. You show all of that stuff. But inside you're weak. You have no immunity. Your cellular health is broken. Okay? You cut out all of your grains. There are good grains and bad grains. Millions of people are eating good grains, and they are absolutely healthy. A little bit of white sugar is not going to kill you. Of course, you have a cancer in your body, you've got to stop it completely. A little bit of white sugar is not going to make you fat. 20 years ago, people in our own country had 1 or 2 cups of chai. Every religious festival, they had white sugar and sweets, deep fried, all of that stuff. They were way healthier than people today. The issue is overdoing it, and the issue is greed. So let's understand that. Now, everyone is unique. Some people may react better to low carb, then go ahead and do it. Okay, some people may react better to high protein and high fat, then go ahead and do it. My point is, stop getting confused with this bullshit and cutting out the essentials that are required for the human body. Then someone reads a book where they say, oh, before evolution or after evolution, before the grain, everyone ate only this. So now you're trying to live according to a caveman, where your actual surroundings around you are far from a caveman. So you're just taking one percentage of living a caveman diet and you're trying to put it into your life when you're surrounded with technology, blue light, toxicity in the environment and everything else, and you expect to change? Be realistic. Be realistic. If no honey, grains, carbs, all of that stuff worked, okay, then the people who do that would be the healthiest in the world. But not all of them are the healthiest in the world. Let's get that straight. So remember, you are your unique individual. What works for you is, the best way to see it is, if I'm having honey in my diet, grains, carbs, whatever, am I at a healthy weight? Are my blood reports clean? Do I feel good at the end of the day? Am I happy in my relationships? Am I happy at my job? That diet is the most beautiful diet for you. Do it. Don't try to change something. A lot of people are in toxic relationships. Getting off honey is not going to solve your problem, your health problem. Changing your relationship or making your relationship better and trying to make it better is going to solve your problem. So stop all this crap of honey and sugar and carbs and all of that stuff. If it works for you, do it. Like I said, there are millions of people out there right now who are doing all of this stuff. They enjoy a little bit of deep fried. They're happy people. They exercise. They socialize. They have no health problems. Do you want to be that person? Or do you want to be the other population that's constantly obsessing about food throughout the day and yet you're unhappy? Good health means you feel good in your skin, even if you have a little more fat here and there, but you feel good at the end of the day. There are millions of people out there who have great physiques and great bodies, but they're unhappy, emotionally down, depressed, stressed out. Are they healthy people? Absolutely not. They are not healthy people, because good health and fitness is not just the body, but including the mind. Including the mind. So you make these decisions about these foods for you. There's a ton of science that shows you what's bad and what's good. Okay, where's the science that's showing you how to be healthy without disease? Does that science exist right now? We know it doesn't, because sickness and obesity is only getting worse and worse. So stop hiding behind science all the time. Science is good for us. We need it. I use it. But use a little bit of common sense along with it. Where is the science that is showing us how to prevent disease? Where is the science showing us how to overcome cancer? Where is the science showing us how to be happy? Does it exist? No. But you pick and choose the science. Oh, honey's bad. Oh, sugar's bad. Oh, carbs are bad. Oh, to get a six-pack, we only need to do this. People naturally had six-packs and slim figures 15 to 20 years ago by only eating good food, being active, being happy, and sleeping well. That was the formula, okay? A six-pack or a size 0 figure is not magic. But let me read out those commonalities again so it gets into your subconscious mind. The commonalities that we see in sick, unhealthy, and fat people. Number one, sedentary and lazy, or overtraining and punishing their bodies with exercise, with no rest, recovery, and proper nutrition. Starving yourself. Negative attitude, negative emotions. Always being a pessimist, always complaining, blaming, finding fault with the world, not doing anything about it. The worst attitude, being greedy, junk food all the time, eating their meals at the wrong time, late dinners, lunches at different times, breakfasts at different times, sleep issues, sleep deprived, poor relationships, loved ones, family, offices, partners, overdoing it on alcohol, overdoing it on drugs, extremities, trying to conform to extremism because it makes them feel good. It gives them attention, and no discipline and no consistency. Okay? So now when you understand this, your problem is not your honey. Your problem is not your carbs. Your problem is not your grains, your vegetables, and your fruits. Your problem is you, your attitude, and what you need to do about it. So the next time you see a success story, question it. I love to see success stories because it means one thing: the person changed. But get the full story. Get the full holistic story about it. If they got sick because of smoking and eating and overeating and stuff, they should be telling you, I stopped doing that and I got healthy. They don't have to pick on a honey and a sugar and a carb, and maybe it worked for them, good for them. But give people the truth about it. the truth about it. Most people who lose weight and have transformations first change their attitude, their greed, their outlook, their lifestyle. They had more discipline, they had more consistency. And that is the truth. So stop being self-obsessed with all the bullshit you see out there. You enjoy a little bit of raw honey, enjoy it. That is not the reason you're sick and fat. You want to have carbohydrates, have it at the right time, the right quantity, all of this stuff. See what suits you. You are unique. Someone else's success story doesn't have to be yours. What they used to be successful doesn't have to be your key. It could be completely different. But before I end this video, let me remind you once again, there are millions of people living out there who are aging gracefully and they are eating all of this stuff and they are happy people. Their medical reports are clean. They are aging gracefully. Choose who you want to be and don't get lost amongst and amidst all the bullshit that you see out there. You have a human mind. You have a brain. You have logic. You have common sense. Put that together and use it. It's not complicated. It is not complicated. It is simple. But you have a mind of your own. Use it the right way. The more and more you consume content, the more and more you get yourself into extremism, okay, the more and more miserable and horrible you're going to feel about yourself. Life is simple. The human body is simple. Nutrition, exercise, sleep, emotions are simple. The people who complicate it is you and me, us. We are our own obstacles. We are our own enemies. It is very simple. The same infinite intelligence that built you. Ever figured out what built you? This amazing machine that works every second of the day and night. That same infinite intelligence has the ability to help you lose weight, heal, recover, and prevent. The only thing is we come in between that mechanism. We come in between that intelligence with all the bullshit we just spoke about. Keep your life simple. Most people who have results when it comes to health have simplified their lifestyle and their way of living. Have a great week, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.